Welcome on the Deadwood Jedi. It's a fun little day today because we were talking about the free-to-play. I have the rest of my team, the other two members that you all haven't met. Here we got Pogo, Pink Tie, as well as Wizard D or Dave here with us today. So we're going to talk to them about their free-to-play, their experiences. I didn't know either of them before we started this little journey, so I'm very happy to. But I thought we could start off if you guys can kind of introduce yourselves a little bit, maybe talk a little bit about what you do within the community, and we start off with Wizard, if that's all right, with Dave.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Thank you for having us, Deadwood.
Of course.
And this is definitely exciting. So how I started my channel, I started because it wasn't done back then. It was just setting up a plan for the Raman 2 missions. What you should save, what you should tackle there, which Doom Tower hard rotation should be the easiest for you. I'm talking hard because this would be like the end milestone there. So I got from there, I have some early game content, some in-game content. So yeah, I try to cover it all. Not news, definitely. I'm not that fast in posting videos. But yeah, just chilling and enjoying the game. Yeah.
Perfect. And then Pogo, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am a Twitch streamer for the community. We run a place called The Sideshow, where everybody is welcome. And I'm a place to stop by and just chill with a bunch of the community members, ask some questions. I learn every day myself along with everyone that comes around. I'm not so much about like telling people what to do, being a content creator, or more of a experience creator, if you will.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I stopped by Pogo's stream last week, and it was one of those marathons, man. But it was definitely one of those kind of cool hangout spots for sure. So you guys should go check him out on Twitch. And Dave definitely offers some real good, insightful information on his channel as well. I have both their stuff as well as the rest of our team linked down below in every one of these free-to-play videos. So if you're ever wondering how the rest of my team is doing, you can definitely go check it out down there. I know we have some new stuff kind of going on with our competition, and I do want to get to that. So some new challenges that Hades is introducing. But before we talk about that, I want to talk a little bit about like how the free-to-play journey is going, how you guys are doing with your teams. Specifically, since we weren't able to have you on week 1, have you had any spectacular pulls or champions since then? Any particular difficulties that you've had to go through? I don't know if you guys want to just kind of jump in. My account has changed dramatically since week 1, so I've been very happy. But I've been sharing it with them, of course, in our chats. But I don't know. How have you guys been doing? How are you feeling about your squads and your team so far?
So let me go first. So I got lucky the first week with Farkin the Fat, which is good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't even have that on my main account. I'm super jealous.
I just got him just a couple weeks ago, actually, so I haven't even got to take advantage of him yet. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so that's great. And then I got Apothecary. I think that's also great for the progress.
It's a huge pull.
Yeah, that's a good rare. Yeah.
Especially that I picked Miscreated Monster and not Deacon for my like free epic, that starter epic. So I thought that I have a very good 5-man team. But then I'm just like, it went downward from there. I'm trying to do the same that you're doing, Deadwood, keeping the rares that's used for fusions and stuff. I don't want to waste them. So definitely that would have given me a boost. Probably the record I'm sitting now is the last one to have my second 6-star. So yeah, I'm almost there with Miscreated Monster. I'm trying to hold on to my Ancients for the Ancients 2X maybe in a week or so. We never know now with Plarium.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been painful. Like if there's one thing from that like early game experience that we're all reliving right now, is that maybe more chicken or one of those nice hams to give you a boost in getting a couple of 6-stars in the first couple of weeks. But yeah, that's the pain right now. But I think I have a good roster. I just need to work on the maxing them out, masteries and everything to show some progress there.
That's kind of the general grind part of this beginning part here. I hear you. I've been also trying to save my Ancients. I've got like a dozen saved right now. It feels so small, and I'm just like, I don't even know if this is worth it. Every day I'm like, should I not? I keep pulling one on a day just because I'm like, I feel like it. Let's get another champion. The patience is really, really hard. But I'm glad I'm not alone in saving some of those fusion champions, right? Like I don't know that that's going to be the best choice in the end, but I kind of want to see this through and see where it gets to if it actually works out. Pogo, how you been feeling? Have you been saving champions, or you been just YOLOing your way through this so far?
Well, it's kind of weird because I'm known for Mr. Hashtag Save Your Shards. Around my community, we're all about trying to save those shards and use them as resources, not as ways to enjoy the game. Sure. The game is to be played as what you have in front of you. Don't pine over what you don't have. So Hashtag Save My Shards has been a big thing, and we weren't doing that. We were YOLOing as much as we could for the first week or so, trying to just get any kind of champ, and it wasn't working. So I implemented the Save Your Shard tactic, and a day ago we pulled a Sacred, 2 Voids, and a 10-pack Ancients, and I finally got a Bellower and a Mausoleum Mage.
Oh.
So those are huge for the account. I did originally get a Thanassel. Not too thrilled about it at first, but learning that it actually with some of the dungeons and wave clearing, he's actually coming pretty helpful. And then I got a Aishma, who used to be part of the fusion, and I'm trying to find a way to keep her alive and put her into my clan boss team so I can have more poisons, because it's just pretty much, throw Kale out there with her, and you got the login champ, and I went with Deacon. So it's like I'm trying to just slam in as much. I don't have much on the sustainability right now, but it's just kind of like slamming as much damage, see what we can pull off.
That's all we can do here, really. I like Aishma. I think that's offers some unique skill combinations for your team that could be pretty good. I know she has some poisons. I think she has some weaken too, right? And it's
good to hear you say that. So many other people in the community have been like, "Oh, there's a piece of food." I'm like, honestly, I was when Aishma first came out. I couldn't get the Rat King. She was part of that fusion. I went for her. I went for Morag, and I went for Trumbor. I was like, these champs have pretty cool kits, and it took a few months later, and each individually has been seen. Well, Morag, everyone fell with her last year for that free to play. Everyone realized how awesome she was, But I'm hoping Aishma, if I could keep her alive, she can help bring some more damage to the clan boss team, do something for me. But it's been rough, and I also have been saving the rares like you guys. Another thing I'm known for, besides being Chef Pogo and making a ton of food, is I'm a digital hoarder. I'm a horrible digital hoarder. And I've kept the rares as well. But I think it's going to pay off. I've almost got Broadmaw.
We should change our name to Team Hoarder. I think is going to be the next thing. Like when we all look back on this and wonder why we ended up in last place, we're going to have one very clear thing to point to. I feel like it's going to be the hoarding mentality.
We're all going to have arbiters and rosins, and we're going to be like, here's a great account to do a giveaway.
Yeah. Look, if we're going from month 4 through 6, we're killing it right now, right?
It's just it from 4 to 6.
Month 1 to 3, that's gonna be the problem.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, hey, what's been I guess here's one of my questions. As I've been kind of going through this, I keep getting distracted, obviously, with different stuff. The different open areas, right? The keeps and whatnot. But have you guys found, like, are you pushing any of the dungeons? Are you working on all of the dungeons? Have you opened them up? Like, what is your approach so far? Like, I pushed a little bit with dragging them up to 16. I can farm. And Spider, I just got to 10, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit till I can really jump up to 20 because of the good drop rates and stuff. But everything else have been kind of it's been a little rough. Fire Knight's brutal for me. How have you guys been feeling about it so far?
So my guilty distraction would be Spider, because I'm just trying to farm Spider 10. I'm still farming 9 till now, because the only thing I just need a banner for Kale to get another Void Shard from that one of the challenges probably. So I've got banners for all of the other factions except Dark Elves. So every now and then I'll just waste a few refills. They are not wasted. I'm getting some good gear, but but then I looked up and everybody was so far ahead of me that I thought, okay, let's get Miscreated Monster to 6 stars so we can push it further in some other areas. But Spider mainly, but the other ones I didn't push too high up. I'm just waiting for that second 6 star, and then hopefully we can push it a bit more.
Yeah. I mean, that getting that second 6-star is a big thing. I just got my Miscreated Monster. He's still like not even level 30 yet. You know, I know that's such a focus. It's funny though. I haven't really noticed much of a difference since I got Miscreated Monster up. Like it's helped, but I'm not like.
Don't tell me that.
I know it's well. I want to let you know. You know, I mean, he's good and he hits a lot harder. That's a big thing. And it's also only level 30, right? Getting him all the way up to level 60 is gonna make some big difference as far as like everything. His survivability, his damage, all that stuff. But it's the impact is not quite the same that I've seen in the past, and I think it's just that limited champions, right? No legendaries.
For a minute, I thought you'll do Man-Eater second.
I was thinking about it, but the truth of the matter is that Man-Eater's not. I don't think he's quite that game changing as far as like everywhere in the game. Consistently, right? Like he's really good in every area of the game. He's good because he brings a decreased attack. He has a turn meter steal, not even just decrease, but steal. And the unkillable ability, obviously, but it's unkillable. Everybody still takes damage. You still have to protect them, which is why I started with Miscreated Monster. I mean, like for me, it was really Deacon or Miscreated because they're both going to help you survive. Deacon gives you that leech. Miscreated Monster gives you that massive shield and ally protection, and I feel like that's just so much more valuable. Now that I pull the Vogoth, though, of course, I could have, gone a different direction. But
Vogoth is huge. Yeah,
Vogoth is huge, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
I was actually. It was funny. I was doing stage. I think I've gotten up to stage 18 in the Arcane Keep.
Dang.
Yeah, but it was basically everybody died, and then Miscreated Monster was just sitting there soloing it. He was just taking like 10 minutes to do it, but he would just sit there and go to town, working on that. So there's different things are different things, I guess you'd say. So yeah, it was interesting though. But that's I don't know. I don't know where I would go with everything here, but. So you got Miscreated. You're getting him to 6-star. That's your next goal.
Yes.
Do you have are you going Rathalos after that, or do you have another champion in mind?
So unless I pull anyone else that's going to make an impact, probably is going to be Rathalos third because I need that boost in damage. So Miscreated Monster is going to support the team better. But then I have Kale. Kale is doing okay damage, but Rathalos getting also War Master, Giant Slayer. Well, I'm still considering it. Probably War Master on him will help me push in all other areas. He's also force, so having like a magic and a force damage dealers at 6 stars, that will help me push everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. I've been thinking about Rathalos. I've had a hard time because I don't have, I'm sure you guys are in the same boat. We don't have Mordecai. We don't have that HP burn to really activate this guy and make him, crazy. So I'm kind of like, do I even want to, where is he on my list?
I've got Farkin, so he'll help me a little bit with that.
That's pretty huge. I mean, that seems to me like the obvious next move, right? And he's such a good pairing with Miscreated Monster because Miscreated will help Farrakhan or the rest of the team to stay alive since Farrakhan kind of dissipates some of his damage around and stuff.
Yeah, that's just tank squad right there, man. That's so lucky. I have none of what you're talking about, by the way. I'm like sitting here just like, man, I would like one of the two of your tanks right now. Well, I can't call them, but you know what I mean? Like in this world, those two are... Bro, you're going to be able to do a whole bunch.
So what are you doing, Pogo? I mean, I know you got Deacon, and I know you got, obviously, your starter champion. I'm assuming those are your 2 6-stars. Rathalos is still there in the,
Well, actually, Deacon's not a 6-star yet. I think if I hadn't focused on pushing some of those rares into saving them for later fusions, I might have had a little more food. But I have like 3 5-star foods right now. We're working on the next couple. We'll get Deacon 6-starred by the end of the weekend. I was a little slow on that. I took a different approach. I'm a grinder. I'm a Flintstone grinder. So I kind of like did the whole
get those feet running.
Yeah, you got to get the twinkle toes moving before the freaking carriage gets going, baby. So I grind. I'm big into campaign and food farming. And getting Kale up and running, getting some food going. But then, because of the competition, I took a second and went around and did all the dungeons. Not trying to knock them out. I do everything, by the way, in full auto. I don't do anything in manual. And I also don't run RSL Helper. I do everything with the click of my finger. So making food and doing all that stuff. So I just click a button and see what happens. And with the dungeons early, the first few days, I actually got on the leaderboards because everyone was kind of maybe fine tuning or building or doing to try and take on those dungeons. I just threw things in, seeing what happened. And we got on the leaderboards for a little while and we got knocked off. So now it's time to keep doing what I've been doing, the slow pace of just building food. And I think spreading out like I did helped because I did like 2 to 3 birds with one stone, doing missions, doing challenges, getting a lot of gems in. I've already bought 2 full masteries. Kale and Deacon bought out my gems. And I'm already back up to 800 gems again.
That's good. And I started burning through mine. I bought Miscreated and I bought Kale. And now I'm just burning through them, like trying to get more energy. I just can't get enough energy to level up more guys. So I'm feeling you on that. It's impressive that you still got more.
I think I've done 2 refills since this thing started. I've always had energy on the account. I've constantly had challenges or missions that are throwing stuff at me. We're using them properly. You know, I'm not one of those guys that just grabs all the energy and then uses it. It's like, oh, that's got 4 hours left on its timer. I'm going to keep grinding for 3 more hours and I'll grab that before it expires. And it's a real tedious way to play the game, but it's paid off because of my slow grind. And yeah, I feel like I'm going to get my second 6-star done by the end of this weekend, but holding off, I think was a good idea because taking Deacon to 6-star is going to be awesome. Having the Deacon Kale combo is just great, but getting Bellower on the team now, I never used Bellower on any. Yes, and I've never gotten to take advantage of him on any other account because on my main I have a Fellhound. I have a 5-second Fellhound. I farm campaign with the Hound. So getting Bellower as my campaign farmer, maybe pulling Kale out to do some other type of work in the account. Bellower might be my next push actually, just so I can create more food. Like there's nothing worse than getting stuck without energy or where we're all starting to get to right now. You're like, I made it to 2 6-stars. What do you got left? Nothing. It's like, all right. So I'm thinking maybe I divert and build Bellower so I can double down more on my campaign farming and get more food. And then I can make more 6-stars. Like
that's an interesting idea. I mean, I have to say, like, you know, what it's to me, I don't know that I would necessarily go that route only because this is a cool thing about being on a team, right? I can offer suggestions without worry.
Of course. Bring it in.
But I mean, like the thing is, like, once you can farm brutal, you know, 12-3, there's nothing, you know, the difference between 18 seconds and 6 seconds is, you know, minuscule. And probably with our gear, we couldn't get to 6 seconds if we wanted to, right?
Not yet.
But you know, it's interesting that you say that because I feel like you're actually in a kind of that's a really interesting conundrum, right? Because obviously getting that second 6-star is massive. Even if it's just getting another War Master attack, such a big thing, right? And for someone like Deacon, obviously that allows you to, you know, push more speed, more accuracy with a banner, you know, a lot of stuff that, you know, works for him specifically. But, you know, one of the interesting things I think is, especially he's not like a super tanky champion, so it's actually pretty helpful. I remember that from my free to play last year. But the thing with Bellower is he's so useful that he's not next level, which is the hard part, right? That he's got a bunch of debuffs. He's got a bunch of, actually I'll pull him up here, but he's got basically all AoE skills, which is phenomenal, right? Whether it's, you know, it's A1, 2, and 3, and they all bring some kind of significant debuff, right? His A3, decreased defense and decreased attack, even if they're the weak one, super valuable, right? The decreased speed on the A2, super valuable. The block active skills on the A1, super valuable. Like, I found him to be really, really, really good. He was one of my first champions on my main account when I first started playing, and I used him everywhere. So I totally get how great he is. But I'm wondering is in the 3 months, is he going to be enough of an upgrade to take to that 6-star? Is that something that you're going to want to do instead of someone like Deacon, who you know is going to be a part of your teams going forward?
Here's the 2 birds with 1 stone on him, though. This is the alternate for what I was thinking, not just campaign farming. Doom Tower progression. I could be able to get some really good materials out of Doom Tower, chickens, potions, and with the people I have right now, the Kale Deacon combo, it's not enough to get through the waves. And and the Bellower, not only for the campaign farming and making food, but for maybe trying to help me do better in wave control in dungeons, not just Doom Tower, but all aspects of wave clearing. That's why, since I got him just a couple days ago, it's like, man, Deacon was the for sure this weekend 6-star. And now I'm like, but if I bring in Bellower, that 3-pack could be really helpful.
That's not a bad idea, especially because you don't, I always built him with damage because he was on my main. But honestly, sometimes I forget, all AoE attacks, put him in a stun set, put him even in a sleep set.
Yeah. Relentless set, I mean, we don't have very many relentless. Man, I've been running that giver. They give you a relentless set when you first start out the game. I put that on Outlaw Monk for my clan boss team. Man, nothing better than sitting there rooting on
that's a good one
and just screaming, "Go, Monk, go!" because he got another hit with his poisons. And you're like, "Yay!" Like, I know it's a horrible thing that it's stats over sets, but when it comes to Bellower with the AoEs, I got to try and figure out something with him to make a 3-pack. Not so much for Rothalos. He's there. We know what he does. He's there. It's the other 3, the ones I can play with rare books and epic books.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Bellower in a stun set is one of my favorite builds. So he will help you with getting high in Doom Tower and all of that because he will keep AoEing and stunning everyone.
Yep.
True. Actually, also another really good part is he'll probably help a ton at getting through some of those tough dungeon waves, especially the bad affinity waves. Right? Those are the ones that kill, like Dragon. It's funny how tough Dragon is from like stage 17 through 19. Like the minions are just such a pain in the butt.
Get to the dragon. You're like, if I can get the dragon. You're like, if I can get the full team there, I got him. But then on wave 2, you lose one of them, and you're like, well, restart. Might as well. Not even. What's the point of getting into the dragon? We know we're gonna get halfway, and he's gonna kill me.
Oh, and you start seeing those Lurias in there, so you can't even bring a reviver to like get your team back. It's the worst. So I, you know what? Now that you say that, maybe you're onto something there. I'll be really interested to see which way you go with that. But I mean, also, 3 months. Eventually, you're going to be able to get both of them. You're going to be able to get both of them up there, right?
Of course, of course.
And maybe that's the other thing too. Is like one of the things. I was very happy with Vogoth. I don't know if you guys have other champions like this, but I was so excited to get him. Not only because I don't need books on him, not only because he's like an incredibly great carry champion, but also because I realized I don't have to take him to 6-star. Doesn't need to be 60.
No, you could do a lot with him in 5-star, and honestly, you could take your time with even putting masteries on him too. Like he's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, masteries will help like round off the 5-star 50 of him. But yeah, I mean, even 5-star 50 with some accurate, some good gear and everything, he's gonna be a real cornerstone.
Yeah. All that stuff's very valuable, but it's not essential, right? And the biggest thing I'm finding is like obviously his base HP 13,000. I would love to have that be closer to 20, so that can bump up. But it's not going to be, considering where I'm at right now, it's not the most essential thing. But like I got my little baby regen set on him, and like he's trucking for me. That's all I kind of need. Also, I do have to point this out for you guys because I haven't had a chance to brag about this on my own channel. And I do just want to do this. Skill books. I just want to point this out really quickly here. I decided to build up Runic Warder just for Fire Knight because I don't have anybody good for Fire Knight, right? And he has a reflect damage, but it's like a 5-turn, 6-turn cooldown until you book it. Booked it. I didn't have to dump all my books, everything else. I mean, I wasted some, but I was able to get that done. I felt really good about that. Also, this is one that's gonna chap some hides out there. Maneater, 2 books. 2 books.
And it landed on the cool. Lucky dog, dude. Lucky dog.
I will not invest another book in Maneater unless I add literally nothing else to put it into because like I don't need it. It's all damage. Nothing crucial. It's crazy. So anyway, I wanted to share that with the world. Have people get more angry at me.
Dude, I put 9 out of the 12 books that's needed for Deacon. All of them landed in nothing. None of the cooldowns on his A3. Nothing, dude. It was all here's some more damage. Here's some more, and I was just like, couldn't get a cooldown on the A2. Couldn't get a cooldown on the A3. No, okay. No, I have the books now, and we're gonna book them this weekend. But I'm just saying, like that first weekend, it was like 9 books into Deacon. We're gonna own, and then it was like, no, you're not. No.
Classic. Well, I'm expecting none of my other books in this game to ever go the way I want them to, for sure.
Yeah,
that's just not going to happen. Well, cool. Okay, I think that gives us a nice little overview of where you guys are at right now. What I'm curious about, I guess, obviously we're talking about like the next champions we want a 6-star. The only question before we get to like some of the new things that we're going to be doing within the challenge itself, the only next question I have is, it's kind of a big one, but maybe you guys can keep it, kind of contained, is what is like your next goal objective for, like, say the next week? Like, I'm obviously getting another 6-star champion is going to be a part of that, but like, where are you looking to invest your time, invest your resources, invest your energy as far as, pushing your account further? Because, for myself, I missed out on Gold Arena week 1. I was never going to get the Gold. I don't get the Gold Arena in my main account. Like I'm terrible at Arena, right? So not terrible. I just don't care that much about it. I knew I wasn't going to be able to push there. So for me, one of my goals is to start pushing Arena more and more. And I want to be able to get up into Gold, hopefully high Gold before the end. I also have neglected a lot of the missions. So another one of my big focus is to spend more energy, more time on the missions specifically themselves. This needs to be like a daily thing for me. But for me, those are two big things, right? Everything else I figure is going to kind of come in time. But where are you guys? Where's your focus? What's your next thing that you guys are going to be looking at doing?
Okay, I'll tell you something that you're going to like: Clan Boss. Because
woohoo, baby, yeah.
Because the higher we get there, like even with hitting hard, we can get lucky with those void shards. But getting higher there, getting higher numbers there, that's where the best rewards in the game is. Like if we get a few good Lego immortal pieces, and even like the cruel pieces, those can be very valuable there. And some of the drops from Clan Boss gear is way better than what we can farm at our level. So getting Miscreated Monster to 6-star and then seeing like how silver is another issue. But if I can put proper lifesteal gear on everyone, they can push like even to brutal, maybe. Let me dream a little bit. Maybe not in the next week, but yeah. But Clan Boss is definitely the main area, yeah.
No, but I think that's a really good point. Another thing, I think in this rotation of Doom Tower, we have the Nether Spider. So you can get lifesteal gear from the Nether Spider too. That might be a good, I think early on, it's like my least favorite set that they have in the Doom Tower, but for this part of the game, incredibly helpful to get that, right? So that's great. Okay, so pushing Clan Boss
up a few floors there. Like I'm not sure how the other guys are doing it. I'm just at floor 4 and I'm getting beaten.
Yeah, I made it to 4 or 3 even. I don't even think I made it to 4, dude.
I don't know.
I made it to 3.
What I'm doing right now is moving up Doom Tower. I literally got to floor 10 like a day or two ago, right? And now I'm actually, I didn't even think I could get further, but I'm finally be able to do that. I think a big part of that is getting that second 6-star, right? Filling out your 5-man team is really, really valuable. And a lot of the other, not everybody, but a lot of the other content creators have, full 50, level 50 champions and full 5-man teams, and getting lucky with your polls so that you have a 5-man team that's balanced, I think is a big help too. So that I figure it comes in time. It's not a huge thing if you're missing out on it, right? What about you, Pogo? What's your next what's your plan upcoming?
I think with the pulls that I got and not having the focus like you were saying some of the other content creators had to flesh out to 50s and make those quick 6-stars. I'm just going to keep doing what I do best, Chef Pogo. Going to make some food. Just keep making the resources there available and pull the trigger when I need to on who I need to use it on. So definitely the next 6-star going to be probably, it's going to be Deacon, but getting the rest of the team built out is only going to happen with food. I made my plateaus everywhere else. We got to Dragon 13. I can get 6-star gear. I got to Spider where I'm able to get my banners. We're good. Like, those dungeons will get better the more I get my team fleshed out. And trying to, I get what you're doing when you went after that rare champ, the dwarf, to get your Fire Knight.
Right.
But in my opinion, if you were to just go ahead and make a 5-star or a 5 team of 6-stars, even if they don't have the abilities of the reflect damage or anything like that, some of the floors you could just brute force your way through. Yeah. And if you can get enough 5-stars and 6-stars, a brute force method can still pull off some good rewards until you can get someone else that you might want to flash out. So I'm done trying to make 40s or 30s. I just want to make more food.
I think that's a very smart approach. I definitely can't argue with that. Now, one of the reasons why I did that for Runic Order is like I think there's a challenge that I have to clear level 13, and I just wanted to do that. I was like, oh, this will help me do it.
I'm at those as well, and I have gotten 1 or 2 of them done. You know, like I said, I got to Dragon 13. But as for the other dungeons, I kind of feel like this is where I hit that wall. Yeah. I feel like this is where I hit that wall. Let's flesh everyone to 50s and 60s and brute force to 13s.
I definitely hit that wall. Yeah, I thought Runic would be better than, you know, he's actually surprisingly he's better than I thought he was. He has like some healing and stuff like that. But a level 40 Runic Order with like gear is not the best. Yeah. Not the best. Just throw that out there. But yeah, that's a good call. I think that makes a lot of sense. You know, keeping your eye on the prize is so hard because there's so, you know, FOMO, right? It's like, I want to do all these things. What's the next thing? And it's like, honestly, if you can keep your eye on that prize and not get caught into that feeling of like, I gotta do that, I got it. And it's like, no, I have a plan. I'm going to stick to it. The results generally are going to be a lot better. So that makes a lot of sense. That's really good. All right, look, we got some things kind of coming up here with the free to play challenge. Basically, you know, Hades and their crew, they've decided that we're going to have some competitions each week. So I think starting in February, we're going to have some competitions, and basically we're going to pit a creator from each team against each other in different areas of the game. So it should be pretty fun and exciting. The idea is that we'll have different competitions for different areas like Dragon, Spider, Fire Knight, Ice Golem, Clan Boss, Hydra, and with that, I think that's 6. And what is that? 6 events? I think that's 6 events. And so the idea is that we'll have basically everybody have a chance to compete in at least one of those. And I think Clan Boss and Hydra might be 2 participants. I'm not quite sure exactly how that's going, but yeah, so it's going to be interesting. We have to kind of, you know, figure out who's going to have the best team for X, Y, and Z area and have them compete in it. And since they're kind of a week apart, the timing of stuff could be really interesting as well. So, what do you guys think about this? I mean, I'm just curious, like in general, what your thoughts are on that.
Well, scared.
Fear.
No, so I think it's good that they don't allow people like to participate in multiple events. So we'll have to choose which area we're better at, depending on your polls and progress and everything. Some of them might be, well, but I guess that's how the competition would go. Like if we're having Dragon, let's say in a couple of weeks, while we're having Fire Knight in 4 or 6 weeks, that will give people who are building their Fire Knight teams more chance to get like 6 stars, get maybe a better champ to like push higher there. But it's going to be interesting for sure. Yeah, we'll have to divide and conquer. And I guess with the Man Eater, maybe we know who will be doing the Clan Boss challenge. But yeah, we'll see.
Everybody's giving me so much slack on that, but I'm like, you know, it takes a lot to get Man Eater ready for Clan Boss. It's not an easy thing, right? If I can't get somebody to cool him down,
I need one more in a bat, man. I need another.
Yeah,
or a Painkeeper.
Yeah, or a Painkeeper. I'll take that. You know, I'll take a Seeker. You know, there's a few things I would take, but like it's going to be interesting because I played around a little bit in the calculator. Obviously, I played around a little bit to try and see if I could use him in some teams right now, and it's like without having him be like 280 speed. I haven't been able to find anything really, and that's just not practical at this stage, happening. Right? So that's really a big challenge looking down the line, looking into the future, you know. And then of course I also have to get from where I'm at to Ultra Nightmare, not just I mean the clan can unlock it for me, which maybe they'll just benefit from that. It's supposed to having to go through each step myself, but that's going to be definitely a big challenge to get to that point. I'm curious though, like, do you guys feel like there's anybody? I mean, I don't know. Is anybody on our team? Did anybody take Allure? I feel like that might have been our secret go-to if we knew this. Like somebody on the team takes Allure and they're the Fire Knight champion, or
Yeah.
If we didn't known this from the beginning, I feel like we could have delegated that out ahead of time. And just been like, hey, were you thinking about Allure? If you were on the fence, why don't you go ahead and go for it, and we'll support you.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And the I think we're going to definitely need to take a second and like look at each of our teams as a whole and go, hey, you're more suited for Fire Knight. You're more suited for Ice Golem. If you don't mind, let's sharpen that up for this, and see.
Yeah.
Just at least for 1 week of this, and then if it because we have to rotate or whatever, we'll scramble mode from there. But I think our best shot is to give our stronger teammates the opportunity to shine, so the weak links don't shine. Is that the best way to say that? Yeah, because it's going to be the weak link is going to bring us down. And that's probably me right here. So I'm like, hey, don't go throw me into Fire Knight because I can only do like Fire Knight 6 right now. So don't throw me into Fire Knight and be like, hey, buddy, we need you to make something happen out of nothing. Like,
yeah. Well, I found this actually with the faction games that we used to have is like that we've had is we have every year. But some members of the team are going to be, nobody's great for, there's not one person that's going to be great for every single thing. So sometimes you got to go, do we maximize our potential in these 5 areas or 4 areas and sacrifice the 1 or 2 that we're bad in? Or do we try to be average in 4 of them and really good in 2 or something like that? And I think that might be what it comes down to for our group, especially because I don't think anybody took Allure. I don't know that anybody took Mordecai either. So like things like Spider could be
yeah, I don't think
Spider could be really, really challenging, right? And obviously Fire Knight could be really, really challenging, and we might just have to, suck the big one on that and see what we can do.
There's nothing wrong with that because it could end up hurting us more trying to spread thin. It really could. I think if we were to look at each other's teams and just be, look, you're one step away from being the best at this on our squad, go ahead and push that extra step, and we can shine, like I said, where we shine best, and we let the weak links just fall to the shadows.
There you go. There we go.
Might be the best way.
Well, okay,
but we don't have weak links.
No, true.
Because looks like every one of us, because of the number of events and the number of team members there, we'll all have to participate in one area or another. So we'll just choose your pick, focus on it, build towards that, and you're good. Unless, of course, you're coming in the first week. So yeah, that would be fast.
Okay. Well, here's a separate question then. What do you guys think is going to be your best event if you had to pick one for yourselves? I mean, assuming you only have the champions you have right now, and we're going to be hopefully getting some better ones as we go through this, right, to really flesh out our roster. But I mean, Mr. Farrak and the Fat, Mr. What's it called, Belor. I feel like you guys have some nice advantages here, right?
I'm leaning towards Fire Knight just because of the ally attack, and Kale also had like on his A3 that multi-hit. So if I get one more, I think I also have that rare Persecutor. So she got heal reduction and she got also like double hitter on her A1. So I think with my current roster, if I don't pull anyone else better, Fire Knight might be the choice for me.
Interesting. I think that could be really good for you. I mean, ally attack's really good. Yeah. I have a Hellborn Sprite. I wish you had a Hellborn Sprite. I feel like that would be a perfect addition for your squad there, especially with Farrakhan's buffs. That'd be really fun to see.
Those Asians are still waiting, so who knows?
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is too with Farrakhan the Fat and with Rathalos, there's some real unique combinations you can potentially put together where, I know Rathalos only has single attacks, but when that A2 hits with that, HP burn, you might be able to just torch down the boss in no time. It might not even need turn meter reduction. It's just if you can time it right, get all the stuff down, you can just
get big slams each time he opens up. Yeah, you might be able to pull that off. Yeah,
exactly. That could be really, really. I would be really interested to see how that goes. I was talking to Saphira last night and on stream, and he was talking about how he loves Rathalos, loves Rathalos. He's like, I'm one shot the dragon with Rathalos. I'm like, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, another one of those brute force methods I was talking about. Instead of worrying about trying to take away turn meter, like you're saying, just go in and smash him as hard as you can. Maybe that'll work even faster.
It could. Well, Pogo, what do you think you're going to be focused on here? I mean, you got Deacon. That's a great start. Is there anywhere that you feel like you're going to be able to
I feel like if I kept pushing, I feel like right now with the team, especially with the poisons I've got going, I think I could flesh out a really good dragon team. I think Bellower might be able to help me get through some of the waves a little faster. And I think if I can get everyone to the end with Kale, with Deacon, with Ashma, and with, well, I'm talking about all damagers. I don't have any protection. So I'm trying to get to the end. I feel like I can be able to just do enough poison damage and hit damage where I can do some pretty hefty hits on the dragon, and Bellower might make me get there faster now. So I feel like dragon right now is my best shot. Maybe a follow-up.
Well, that's an interesting thing because you have Deacon, right? So like even like just thinking about it as a setup, right? As far as like how you approach dragon, it feels like you have the perfect setup to build a fast and successful team, right? Because you figure oh, why do I have Runic in there? That's a bad choice. I have a lot of bad choices here. But you go in and you go, AoE decreased defense, Bellower with a big hit, you have Kale with a big hit, and hopefully everybody's done, right? And then you kind of go to the next wave and do that again. And if you can, set that up, you maybe even have Rathalos in there as well, right?
Rathalos does that AoE hit too right after my Deacon. It's really nice. My setup is Rathalos, or it goes Deacon, Rathalos, then Kale. When you do that 3-pack, it whoever's left standing, there's really only ever one, and sometimes Kale gets the re-hit after he does his slam. So after Rathalos, then Kale does his slam, and sometimes he gets that extra hit in, because it resets the turn, and he throws the A1 and it's done. And the whole wave is done that fast. So
that could be. I mean, I'm just thinking like getting through the waves you could do pretty quickly because you got AoE with Rathalos, AoE with Kale, and Bellower. Those three kind of boom, boom, boom. With Deacon setting them up each time, then the real question becomes: can you bring in an HP burn for the boss so Rathalos can do his thing, and then Kale can top it off with the poisons? That might be a pretty. On top. That might be a pretty good combination there. I mean, like you mentioned, you have Ashma, right? It's not like she's a bad choice either. So you have additional options there, but that might be, enough. The hard part is the hard part of the dragon one. I think is going to be in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I know,
not very long.
The easiest one is the closest to the cut. So
you really gotta build up your champions. I mean, you already said your plan was to grind and build. Start cooking, baby. Get that cook going.
Cooking, baby. I'm gonna be cooking, baby.
That sounds pretty good. Well, which one do you guys think is going to be the hardest? I mean, obviously Fire Knight has its own unique challenges, but we've got the wizard here to take care of that, so I don't have to worry about it. He's got his magic going. But what I'm thinking Ice Golem might actually be the surprise choice that's going to be really difficult because I don't know that anybody is going to have a team that's particularly suited towards Ice Golem, right?
Especially with building everyone with Bone Master. We're just setting ourselves up for those big hits.
100%. I'm actually hopeful that one of the things I think I might have a pretty good shot here with Vogoth on my team. That actually might be something that I could actually do better than a lot of people, right? He has a debuff extension. That automatic heal can help, and Miscreated Monster's really good with the shields and stuff, but the ally protection can kind of be a curse as well as a blessing. So that's going to be a kind of an interesting. Gonna have to balance that, but if I can get to the boss and have most of my champions die beforehand, be pretty good shape. I think that's maybe a possibility there.
I don't mind anything, but just keep me away from Hydra.
Okay, sure, no problem. We can do that. That's fine. I mean, we don't have Mordecai. Mordecai's like a huge difference maker for Hydra.
Yep.
Pretty gross, actually. Well, fair enough. All right. Well, hey guys, I think we'll call it there. Is there any last things you guys want to talk about or impart upon the audience?
No, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this team and be a part of the challenge and bring my anti-meta to the light.
Of course.
Yeah, happy to be here as well. I'm very excited about this, and we're having fun. No matter how it ends, we're having fun. We'll win somehow. But let's see.
That's it. Exactly. Like we're having fun. It doesn't matter how we finish, except that we're gonna finish first, but that's not a big deal. 100%, guys. That's again a nice quick conversation. I can never do a collab fast because I always just enjoy talking. with you guys so much. It's always just kind of an enjoyable experience here. So apologies for the long video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out their channels, Wizard D or Dave. The Wizard Dave. I really like your logo. I think it's a very cool handle you got there. And then of course Pogo Pink Tie, which who can't love a pink tie on a pogo stick?
That's right, baby.
That's how I put it.
Real men wear pink, baby.
I love it. Man with style right there, as you can see with the beard. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out their stuff. Their channels are linked in the description of this video. And I appreciate you guys for coming on here. Until next we meet on the Deadwood Jedi.
Thank you. Bye.